back to another video to my channel, and another video on DRP anime reviews. I know it's been a bit since I've done an anime review. The reason why it takes a while is because obviously the animes that I watch out of camera, I need to eventually finish it, and then obviously go through it again and again to find out certain bits and stuff. So it takes a while for me to do these DRP anime review videos because of the fact that I have to watch anime out of camera and I have to finish it as well whilst reacting to animes that I do for YouTube, like Blue Exorcist, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Haikyuu for that fact. So it's hard to watch the animes that I watch out of camera because I've got all of these animes to watch too and play the games as well. So it's kind of hard, so I'm sorry if it took a while, but I'm trying my best, so I'm sorry about it, guys. But yeah, I know you guys wouldn't have expected a video on my birthday. Yes, I'm 23 right now, and I have some free time. So what I was going to do is I was going to do another anime review, and as you can see from the title, yes, I'm going to go ahead and review the anime Hajime no Ippo. Now Hajime no Ippo, there's three seasons to it altogether. So season 1 has 76 episodes. Then there's a film called Champion Road, and that's kind of, you wouldn't understand what it is. It's kind of like similar to, it's kind of like events that happened in season 1. But yeah, wait, is it? I can't exactly remember, but yeah, there's a anime film after the first season called Champion Road. Then there's another, then there's the second series. The second series is 26 episodes, and the third season is 25 episodes. So there's 3 seasons that's been out so far. I believe the manga is still going. Let me just check. Yeah, the manga is actually still going. It started from 1989 of October, guys, and it's still ongoing. And I don't read the manga. I'm always someone who watches anime over manga, not kind of a manga reader. But from what I've watched of Hajime no Ippo, all 3 seasons, it's definitely the best sports anime out there. One of the best sports animes out there. It's a definition of how a sports anime should be done, in my opinion. Great series, guys. Absolutely great series. Even people who aren't exactly sports fans of sports animes would eventually start to like it because of the intensity of these matches. The boxing matches in in this series is definitely intense. I can tell you that much. So if you guys don't know what Hajime no Ippo is about, well, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have watched it. If you guys don't know what it's about a guy called Ipoh Makunauchi. He's the main character in this series, the protagonist, and he's a very shy high school student, and he doesn't make many friends because of it, and also the fact that he's always helping his mother do running the business in his house, which is kind of like a fishing business, I think. Yeah, her mom does some fishing businesses, and he always helps the mother out, so he doesn't have time to make friends, and so for that fact, he's very shy. He keeps to himself, and because of that, a few people start to bully him, and then one day I think the bullies came in and they start beating the heck out of Ipoh, and that's when a professional boxer comes in between. He was passing by, I think he was jogging, and he came by, he saw the fight, he was like, no, stop this, and he kind of stopped the fight. What was his name? I think it was Takamura. I am sorry if I've got the name wrong, but I think it is called Takamura, who's a professional boxer. He stopped the fight, and he actually treated to Ippo's injuries. He actually took him to his gym where the professional boxer does his training, to the gym, and obviously that's where Ipoh rested, and Ipoh wakes up after a while of resting, and I think Takamura was trying to cheer Ipoh up because he was bullied and beaten up. He was like, oh, I let take your frustration out on this punching bag, and I think he was trying to explain Ipoh how to punch with the techniques and stuff, and yeah, Ipoh kind of surprised everyone with this amount of strength he had. Like that one punch he gave to the sandbag, everybody saw Ipoh's talent basically. And after that whole incident happened where he punched that boxing bag and everybody saw the potential, everybody was like, whoa, okay, fair enough. To be honest, Ipoh is someone who's already strong because he's always helping his mother, carrying heavy stuff, so he has the build for it. So yeah, after that, Ipoh gives a lot of thought, and he actually ends up deciding that he wants to start his career as a professional boxer. But at first, Takamura thought that Ipoh was taking things lightly, he was rushing into it, he was thinking too much, he's not thinking straight, so he gave him a really difficult task of trying to catch leaves or something. I think that's what, yeah, to catch 10 leaves that are falling down from the tree, like with your jabs. And I can remember Ipoh practicing that a lot, and then after a week or so, Ipoh actually managed to finally get it. And Takamura was like, alright, you've done the task, come back to the gym. So he came back to the gym, and it seems like the coach of the gym, Kamogawa, he's the coach of the gym, and he was unimpressed with Ipoh's skills, or well, not even skills. I think he wasn't too impressed because he thought Makanoshi didn't have enough fighting spirit to become a boxer. So what they did, they ended up putting Ipoh against a guy who's also the same age as Ipoh. And Ipoh, by the way, 16 years old at this point, alright? 16 years old, he was put up against someone the same age as him, but he's considered as a boxing prodigy, called Miata. And you could say Miata is like the rival for Ipoh, especially during the first season. The second and third season, it kind of deviates from that, because the first season was more like him, his friendly rivalry with Miata, and second and third season was kind of focused on Ipoh just going up the ranks, if you get what I mean. So yeah, Makanoshi was put up against Miata, and Miata was a boxing prodigy, so it was the skills were so much more superior to Ipoh. Even though Ipoh lost to Miata by KO, the reason why he lost by KO was the fact that Miata started struggling with Ipoh's punches, and so he had to end Ipoh with his trump card being his counter attack, or he calls it the counter. And that's when he realized that Ipoh has this amazing talent, and so does the coach Kamogawa. He has a lot of spirit, and he ends up training him. And so he ends up training Ipoh, and Ipoh then, obviously by the end of the first season, I think, he trained him. He was doing so many matches, and he actually eventually became the Japanese champion with a world ranking, while Miata became a different champion. I can't remember what championship that was. So obviously both of them ended up winning, a championship belt, and I think they kind of were like, yeah, one day I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna beat you, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is kind of like the story as a whole. Just Ipoh, becomes a professional boxing wrestler, and that's how his career basically starts. And Ipoh's, the anime is just basically watching Ipoh go through various matches, fighting against strong opponents, and stuff like that. And the intensity of these boxing matches are really well. They've done this really damn well, guys. If there's one thing I really like about this anime, it's the fact that they don't really mess around with fillers. If you've noticed it, they go straight into the match. So obviously, when, let's just say, Ipoh beats someone, he wins the match. Obviously, he comes back, he rests for a bit, and like 2 episodes later, or 1 episode later for that fact, sometimes even the next episode, he's on to his next boxing match. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's, they aren't messing around, it's just putting him straight into the match. but obviously they don't show the bits in between, or they keep it to a minimum amount. Let's just say that they put it to a minimum amount, and I really like that about this anime, because they don't really stretch out the anime with so many fillers. Naruto Shippuden. So sorry about that. I had to say it. So they do have fillers. I'm not gonna say they don't have any fillers at all. They do have fillers. However, there are fillers that I actually enjoyed. These are one of the few animes where I actually enjoyed the fillers because of the characteristics of the characters. Takamura, who is also a professional boxer, he's a beast. Very funny as well. Ipoh is a very nice, genuine guy. All of these, there's so many characters in there that are really good, and even Ipoh's opponents, who once Ipoh eventually beats them, they become more like acquaintances to Ipoh, and they start to have conversations and stuff. So I really like that. And Ipoh, he becomes, like I said, he eventually becomes the Japanese champion, and then it's just this. Once he becomes the Japanese champion on the first season, the second and third season was just consistent. Was just basically Ipoh just climbing up the ranks, getting different championships and stuff like that. Or him? No, it's more like, I'm saying that, but I think it's second and third season is basically Ipoh just defending his championship. I think that's what it is. It's basically Ipoh defending his championship against so many opponents. Because obviously he's the Japanese champion. He's become the Japanese champion, and so you would expect people to come after you. If you're the champion, expect people to come after you guys. So that's why it was in this case for Manga Info. And obviously, not only are the opponents going to get stronger, but Ipoh has to become stronger himself. So obviously there are episodes where he eventually starts learning a new move, and he actually ends up mastering it during a match. Even though he mastered it during the match, he didn't exactly know what to do outside of that boxing match. But when he went into that boxing match, that's when he realized what he had to do. And I think it was called the Dempsey roll, one of the best moves. I love the Dempsey roll. Whenever Ipoh starts using the Dempsey roll, I'm like, holy crap! So Dempsey roll was probably one of the best moments. Him using the Dempsey roll for the first time. All of his engines turning. And the commentating on the boxing matches are very good as well. Dempsey roller. So, but then eventually, I think during the second and third season, eventually Ipoh ends up finding a weakness on his trump card, being the Dempsey roll, because ever since he mastered the Dempsey roll, that was basically his trump card. People were like, oh shit, here comes the Dempsey roll, and people would just get instantly knocked out. But then eventually he finds out the weakness of the Dempsey roll, and therefore if anyone who knew this weakness comes up against Ipoh, then Ipoh's screwed. So he had to actually come up with a Dempsey roll that was covering the weakness of Dempsey roll. So it was kind of like a second version of Dempsey roll that covers the weakness of that technique, and he had to learn that as well. There's just so much that goes on into it, but I actually like it because it isn't, like I said, it's what do I say? It's not exactly filler, because this is all happening in a story. Just his career as a boxer, and what the problems that he has to face, the opponents, the challenges ahead. I really like it. I think at one point on the first season, he even received his first loss, and he was so down. He was like mind blown. It was an incredible match though. Anyway, in that match where Makunochi lost, it felt like either one of them would have lost the match, because they were both at their limits. So I really wanted Ipoh to win, of course, but when Ipoh lost, I was like, damn it! So I think it was during a championship match as well, so it was crazy. It was against a tough opponent, of course. And like, even one thing I also like about this anime is the techniques the boxing uses. So the boxes that come in this anime and the techniques they use, incredible, out of this world, guys, mind blowing. So if you want me to be honest, I started to like boxing after watching Hajime no Ippo. That's honestly how I felt, because before I watched Hajime no Ippo, but when I saw boxing, I was like, okay, it's a cool sports and all. That's it, you know. I wasn't exactly like, oh my god, I love boxing. Like, so my interest for boxing really, shot up the roof after I started watching Hajime no Ippo, and that goes to show how good of an anime it is. Once again, this is the definition of how a sports anime should be handled, in my opinion. They've done it really well. Another sports anime, obviously, once again bringing this up, another sports anime that I've really enjoyed is Kuroko no Basket. Even though Kuroko no Basket wasn't exactly in the exact same way that was handled like Hajime no Ippo, it was handled in a way that I enjoyed it. It was in its unique way. It was funny and stuff. This was funny as well, I'm not gonna lie. There are moments where there's been something funny that goes on. They actually focus on certain characters as well. So another thing that I like about it when it comes to the characters, the anime, obviously the protagonist is Ipoh himself, Ipoh Manga no Uchi. So you definitely are going to see matches of Manga no Uchi. But I love the fact that in this anime they do put matches of the other characters as well. So Takamura, they end up putting insane matches with Takamura. So there are matches where Takamura enters, and you get to see those matches as well. And there are some beastly matches out there. So not just Ipoh, but all the other members in the gym where Ipoh trains, his team members. They end up showing matches of they end up showing their matches as well, and it's just as intense as it is with Ipoh's matches. That's what I really like about this anime. So as a whole, I gotta say that they handled this anime perfectly, in my opinion. Obviously, many people wouldn't like the fact that they go in straight into each fight. So when one fight finishes, another fight starts within like a few episodes. They don't give like a small break. Some people might not like that because it'll be going too fast for them. But I can understand why why they would think that. But in my opinion, they handled this really well. They handled Hajime no Ippo really well. The storyline, the matches, the characters. In my opinion, it was all done so well. There was at one point in this anime where he ends up liking a girl as well. So, and that girl, this was pretty funny because Ipoh starts liking a girl, and the girl has a brother. And at one point, he was gonna face a boxer. That boxer ended up turning up to be the girl's brother, and it was so complicated. It was just so weird, and Ipoh was like, "Oh shit!" So, those parts were funny, intense, even more intense because of that stipulation, because he likes the girl, and obviously the opponent is that girl's brother that he likes. It's just so crazy. So, like I said, I would definitely, this anime, I would definitely give it a solid 9, guys. Definitely a solid 9. I don't know, maybe because of the pacing of the anime. Like I said, the pacing of the anime, some people might not like it, because it's just too quick. The matches sometimes come in too quick. So I can understand why people would say that. But otherwise, I don't, so I can see why people would see that as a problem. Some people aren't fans of that, going straight into the match without any break in between. So, I understand that. But otherwise, I don't see any other problem with this anime. So I would definitely give this a solid 9 out of 10 for this anime. So, what do you guys think? Have you guys watched this anime? And if you have, please tell me what you think of it. So yeah, on that note, I'll end the video right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching yet another DRP anime review today. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy today's video, then smash the like button, comment and share, do all those good things, and see more content from me doing more DRP anime reviews in the future. However, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and join the DRP guild today, so you won't miss a single video from the channel, guys. Whether it's gaming videos, whether it's reaction videos, or whether it's live streams. So as always, guys, this is your boy Tina signing out, and have a nice day, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Until then, peace.